If you have an overgiving problem in relationships, this one's for you. Hi, I'm Leslie, and this is your daily no bullshit truth. So, I feel like I could write a novel on this one because I definitely used to have an overgiving problem. And the roots of overgiving come from childhood conditioning that if I give, and I give to that person, then they're finally going to see who I am. It's rooted in worthiness. I will finally be seen. I will finally be valued. I will finally be worthy. So I'm going to give and give and give to you in hopes that you give back. And the problem with overgiving, number one, is you get burned out. You get drained and burned out in relationships because someone's not giving to you. They're not nurturing you back. I don't care whether you're a man or a woman. We both genders need reciprocal relationships. They need nurturing, they need connection, they need emotional intimacy. And if you are in a one-sided relationship and the only one that's giving it, that's really, really draining. Not to mention unhealthy. It's hard to look at yourself in those situations, but the question you need to ask yourself is, why am I offering myself this way? And why do I keep offering myself this way? So the question then becomes that you're going to ask next is, okay, so how do I stop doing that? Because I end up in these dynamics where I am giving, 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 and the other person, they're soaking it up. They love it. And the other problem is that you end up in very transactional relationships. So once you stop giving to the extent you were giving, that person either leaves, breaks up with you, cheats. It becomes, and then they'll come to you and say, well, the relationship changed. Well, you stopped giving as much as you were giving before. You realized what you were doing. And so when love is based on transaction or transactional love, then the dynamic shifts when you stop doing it. So how do you stop doing it then? All that sounds amazing. Yes, I get it intellectually, but then I get in a relationship and I repeat that pattern again. So number one is you give and then you step back to see if the other person's going to give to you right back. And giving doesn't have to be, I buy you something. That's not giving. I'm talking about emotionally giving. Maybe you initiate a conversation or you initiate a phone call and then you step back and see if the other person. You don't just offer yourself wholeheartedly at the beginning. And the second thing is that trust is earned. It's not something you just give someone because they're interested in you or because they want to date you or be in a relationship with you. Trust is earned consistently over time by watching what someone is doing and not what they're saying. Words are beautiful, and I'm not saying don't say amazing words and affirm your partner, but really what you need to look at is what they do. And then the third thing to fix this overgiving is learn to give to yourself. And that's a really tough one for people. You're like, yeah, that sounds good. But when your cup is full, then when you do give to someone, it's coming from an authentic and a real place. So start with giving to yourself, finding things that you love to do and doing those things. And if you can't think about it, because we live in culture where we're taught that, work, work, work. And so many adults that I work with are like, I have no idea what I like to do. Experiment. Go where your heart pulls you. If you love nature, go walk in nature or go on a hike and see if you love that. And if you don't love it, try something else. If you used to love to dance when you were little, take a dance class. If you used to do karate or martial arts when you were younger, try it again. See what happens when you do that. Go where your heart pulls you and start to fill your own cup. And when you're full, you don't give to someone from a place of lack. You give because you're already full within yourself. You're already whole. You already feel whole. And that's what happens when we overgive. is we're giving from a place of lack. We're giving from a place of insecurity within our own self. And then we're upset when the other person takes off, when the dynamic changes, or when you start to set boundaries, because that person never saw your worth to begin with. And when somebody's committed to misunderstanding you, committed to seeing that you are not worthy, then that's a relationship that no longer serves you, or doesn't serve you. So you need to love yourself enough to stay in things where people serve you, and quit overgiving and overgiving and overgiving. So if this was helpful to you, I have more coming, and I'll see you next time. Have a kick-ass day. Bye.